Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Well, what we have here is that we're going to be talking about Snoop Dogg, their movie, specifically because he had a kid, he had his grandson with him, and he just didn't like the fact that there was a LGBTQ plus or alphabet community push in your face message when it was watching it. And we'll also respond to the lefties and the insane people responding to Snoop Dogg about this. It's all completely stupid, and Snoop Dogg, I think, is in the right for this because I don't want to see that crap either. So without further ado, let's get directly into this. So we had this here where Snoop Dogg, where the LGBT community is furious with the legendary rapper Snoop Dogg after he said he's scared to go to the movies after watching Disney's Lightyear film with his grandson and seeing LGBTQ plus couple. I couldn't come in for this. I came to watch a goddamn movie. So without further ado, let's do this.
I took my grandson to see what was the movie with Buzz Light?
Toy Story?
Not that one, but
the new Buzz. The Lightyear. I think it's called Lightyear.
With Kiki Palmer's in that movie.
Okay.
She plays like the daughter. So we watching it, and the lady, which is Kiki's mama, they move on into the space years. They move down the line. They're like, man, she had a baby with a woman. Well, my grandson in the middle of the movie like, Papa Snoop, how she have a baby with a woman? She a woman. Oh, shit. I didn't come in for this shit. I just came to watch the goddamn movie. Hey, man, watch the movie. They just said she had a baby. They both women's. How did she have a baby? Shh. The movie ain't over with. So it's like, fuck me, I'm scared to go to the movies now. Like, y'all throwing me in the middle of shit that I don't have an answer for. I took my
It really is funny, isn't it? I mean, I understand Snoop Dogg in this, and I explain why. Like, when people go out, and especially myself, and they want to go watch a movie, or they want to go watch a show, or hang out, whatever, very little is there are you going to want to go to a movie and listen to politics. The politics being shoved down your throat. That's the problem here. And it's just really annoying to have to deal with that. And it's insane. So without further ado, I'm going to show you the clips of these lefties, these insane people absolutely losing their mind over Snoop Dogg. It's completely stupid. So here you go.
That she had a baby with a woman. Well, my grandson in the middle of the movie like, Papa Snoop, how she have a baby with a woman? She a woman. They just said she had a baby. They both women's. How did she have a baby? That's like, fuck me, I'm scared to go to the movies now. Like, y'all throwing me in the middle of shit that I don't have an answer for.
Seriously, Snoop, you don't have an answer for that big, huge, confounding problem? Look, let me help because it's really not that difficult. When you're at the movie and this huge problem for which you have no coping skills comes up and the child says, how is it that two women can have a baby? You don't want to interrupt the movie. You don't want to make a scene. You turn to your grandchild and you just say, look, every family's a little bit different. Don't you worry about it. Enjoy the movie. We'll talk about it a little more on the way home.
Damn, Snoop Dogg really did sell out from a West Coast legend to now a MAGA grifter, a bootlicker for the conservative right. I mean, you used to be a tone setter. Now you're just a sad old man. You built a whole career off of not flinching. Murder was the case. Smoking, you know what? Sex, women, the whole image. And now you're afraid to go to the movies. It's bad enough that you're a MAGA bootlicker.
God, these people are just so exhausting, man. They're so exhausting. Okay, let me stress a few things here. When I go to the movies, I do not want to be put in the situation to where I have to explain where kids come from to my child or to my grandson. I don't have the desire to do that, and I don't want to do that. I have a great nephew, right? And if I take him to the movies, the last thing that I want to do is be like, oh, well, it put me in a situation where like, oh, well, you know, this or this or that. Like, it's not the fact that it's hard. It's the fact that like I just don't want to be put in the situation to begin with. You don't want to explain that type of stuff to the kid at all. and it's being shoved down your throats and shoved down a kid's throat for no reason other than your own stupid agenda. And you're saying that Snoop Dogg's a MAGA right. It's like, okay, who cares if he is? But even still, that doesn't mean he's a MAGA right for not wanting to have his kid to, not to want to explain something to his kid about same-sex marriage or same-sex couples. I mean, that's just stupid and ludicrous. Most people, by the way, you dickwad, most people don't want to do this. They don't want to explain this type of stuff to their kids or to their grandchildren. They want to go there and spend and have a good time with their grandkids or their kid rather than have to explain political BS that's in a kid's movie that shouldn't even be there in the first place. Now, here's more of these lefties completely losing their minds.
When will you stop disappointing me? Let's look at the direct quote. He said, "Aw, I didn't come here for this. I just came here to watch the movie. So that's like, F me, I'm scared to go to the movies now. Y'all throwing me in the middle of this that I don't have an answer for. It threw me for a loop. These are kids. Do we have to show that at that age? They're going to ask questions. I don't have the answers. They're putting it everywhere. I honestly don't even know where to begin, but I'm gonna try. Can someone tell Snoop that having to explain how queer couples have kids is actually way less sexual and complicated than straight couples? You can go with adoption. In the case of the movie Lightyear, which he's referring to, you could just say a simple, sometimes science can help, because kids are a lot smarter and a lot more understanding than adults give them credit for.
So something very tragic just happened to Snoop Dogg. He said it fucked him up. He took his grandkids to see a kids movie, and it featured two mothers, a lesbian couple, just playing the role of mothers. He said it fucked me up and threw me into shit I don't have an answer for, and they're putting this shit out there everywhere. I want to give some perspective to Snoop Dogg. You should maybe focus on your decision to perform at the inauguration of a man who's leading a party that's attracting every deviant out there. Every deviant that's abusing children, every deviant that is trying to take the rights away from your granddaughters and from any of your dark-complected grandkids.
All right, so now people mad at Snoop because he said he feel uncomfortable taking his grandkids to the movies because there was a scene where one of the characters had two moms and he didn't want to have to explain that to the grandkids. And I get that. That's got to be uncomfortable. I totally understand it. And honestly, you can't get mad at Snoop on this. Not this. Because he's traditional. That dude old school. He came from a whole other time. A time where bitches wasn't shit, but hoes and tricks. Who would lick on the... Well, you know the rest. A time where it wasn't no fun. Can't nobody have any fun. Unless the homies could have some. That's sharing. They don't teach them kind of values in school no more. We talking about gin, juice, marijuana abuse, and murder. He ain't got no time to be teaching two moms to some kids. This dude probably still got to explain why he's still throwing up gang signs at award shows. He ain't got no time to talk about two moms to some kids. But I tell you what you won't see. You won't ever see him ever show love or respect for or associate with or ever be seen with somebody who has a negative image around them when it comes to how they are around kids. You ain't gonna never see that. Ever, ever. Ever.
I'm gonna tell you why the Snoop Dogg comment is irritating me so much. And if you don't know what Snoop Dogg said, let me tell you real quick, and I'm obviously gonna paraphrase it. He was being interviewed and he was complaining that he brought his grandkid to Lightyear, the movie Lightyear. It's a Pixar movie. I personally didn't see Lightyear, but I guess there's parents in the movie that are moms. So same-sex marriage. He's complaining that they're putting it everywhere and like, now I'm gonna have to explain things. And like, I'm not even gonna get into that argument of it because it's like, oh, okay, you don't wanna have to explain things. There's really nothing to explain. It's just like that kid has two moms. Like there's no explanation needed. But aside from that, the first thing that comes to my mind is how I don't think that Snoop Dogg would have any problem whatsoever having a music video or watching a music video where two women are making out. And all I'm saying is, if you have a problem with women being depicted in a relationship together and not a problem with women making out at parties, why? And I didn't hear once Snoop Dogg come out and say in the early 2000s, All of you need to stop putting women making out in your videos. Not once. He was pretty silent on that. So yeah, I'm a little sad. I feel like we lost Snoop Dogg, but I had already known that because I saw his true colors during the election. This didn't shock me at all. And don't come in the comment section saying, oh, well, this is a movie for kids. Okay, your kids are going to see everything in life. Are you not trying to prepare them? Are you not a parent? When my kid asks a question, why does that person have 2 moms? I go, because they do. Next question.
See, what these people are just constantly forgetting about is like this type of stuff should not be in a kids movie. The same thing to where you guys, if we put like a Republican or MAGA type thing into a kids movie, you wouldn't like that either. You would also be angry. You would also talk about it. So don't give me this stuff where you're higher than thou, and we put like this type of stuff into a movie. You would be screaming about it too. So don't give me that BS. Also, again, even if that were the case, I would be the same person to where, like, I do not want Republican or Democrat or any of the political stuff in my movie. You're trying to distance and take yourself away from it. You're not trying to put this type of stuff in there. Now, if you have your own political stuff happen within your world or within that show or etc., that's one thing. But it's completely different when all this stuff is being forced upon you. And that's the problem. Nobody wants this stuff forced upon other people. Plain and simple. And if we're going to play that stupid game, it's like your movie that you so much love, it didn't even do good. I did a video about this before, but despite it being this movie, it cost a $200 million budget and only generated $226 million worldwide. It was a net negative. They didn't get any money from this. It was a massive flop. It's like you only went $6 million above what you actually had, and that's not even covering for the actual marketing. So even your own ideology is stuck. So this is the thing here this is the reason why the LGBTQ community, the alphabet community is dying, is because you people are losing your crap over things that normal people just do not agree with. They do not want this. I can't stand these leftists, man. These leftists are insane. They're super exhausting, and I can't wait till they finally die out because it's super exhausting to have to deal with them all the time and them complaining about things that normal Americans just don't want to do, especially explaining to their kids. It's not that hard to understand. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share, and as always, take care, my friends, and make sure your kids don't, watch garbage.